उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ नमः शिवाय, ॐ नमः शिवाय, ॐ नमः शिवाय, ॐ नमः शिवाय। त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ नमः शिवाय, ॐ नमः शिवाय, ॐ नमः शिवाय, ॐ नमः शिवाय। सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा मृत्युंजयः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Good morning. So, how are you all doing? Keeping well? Yes, very good. The Indian atmosphere is, particularly this rainy season, weather is very conducive for bacterial and for virus proliferation. These 2 months you have to be a bit careful. The unusual levels of humidity is there in the air. This much of rain we don't see normally in this month. Climate change is a reality. It's no more a fiction. So it's a kind of tropical climate where, rainforest region like Brazil, Congo Basin, and Malaysia, Indonesia. Till afternoon there would be sunshine. Afterwards there would be rain by evening, every day, more or less. So our climate is also becoming like that, more or less, slowly. So climate change is really happening. We don't know where it leads to. Okay. So you might have seen today's topic. Let us simplify life. Every day before I come here, or Arun asks me, Mara, what is the topic today? So I have to give a title. So let us simplify life. So post-industrial revolution, okay, the last 300-400 years, whatever the science and technology that we have developed should have brought a lot of ease into our life, right? Why did we invent all these things? We invented these things that life would become more easier and simple. And we'll have more leisure at our disposal. That was the idea. అన్ని మెషిన్స్ చేస్తే మనం హాయిగా విశ్రాంతిగా కూర్చోవచ్చు అనుకొని కనుక్కున్నాం ఇవన్నీ కదా. All these machines we are invented with that purpose only, so that we don't have to work much. Machines do things for us. Now today robots, they will do things for us. Life becomes easy and simple so that we can relax. We can be on a holiday. 365 days, at least 300-day holiday. We want to be. With that intention, with that aim and that objective, we have invented and we have developed all these things. But has it happened? No, kada. Life has become more complicated. Rather, it has become a kind of mess. Why? We wanted to have more leisure, but we don't get leisure at all. You see here, morning 7:30, you are here. Nicely, you could have been on your cot, sleeping. Getting up at 5:30, you're running here and there, hither and thither, morning to evening, running and running, running. Villages, people in villages are much better now, in my opinion. Agriculture is much better. At least 200, 300, 250 holiday you will get. So most of the time now machines are doing the work. Rice crop, if you grow, right? How much of work is there? You just tell me. At the time of sowing, at the time of harvesting, maybe in between, once you may have to remove the weeds. Today, for removing weeds also, they are not employing manual labor. The weedicides are there. Crop-specific weedicides. You just put that chemical that removes the weed. So practically, over 365 days, you get a 250-day holiday for farmers. Of course, weather has to be favorable. Otherwise, you incur losses. Agriculture is not profitable, I know. But the thing is, they have more leisure, definitely, compared to the people who are living in cities. You may say that only now software, 5 days in a week, Saturday and Sunday, holiday, Swamiji, but Saturday and Sunday they are more busy. They have to clean their homes, they have to bring provisions, they have to wash their clothes, so many things they have to do. Right? Life has become highly regimented, like in America. You have to work like a machine. So we have invented all these things with the intention of having more leisure at our disposal, but that has not happened. Why? The first thing is because of urbanization. Large number of people are staying in a small space, right? Hyderabad, let us say 600 square kilometers, 700 square kilometer of area, 1 crore population is living. The cost of living has gone up. The cost of land, the cost of buildings, okay? Everything you have to purchase in urban space. So cost of living has gone up. You need more money to survive in an urban atmosphere. And to have that more money, you have to work more. That's the reason no leisure. First is urbanization. We could have gone for a decentralized life. Mahatma Gandhi advocated it. He pitched for it. He said one man's food is another man's poison. Don't industrialize, don't urbanize India in the model of the West. That model will not suit India. Today, you go to any city in India, every city has slums and squatter settlement. Slums, slums, slums. Because the cost of living is so high and the poor people cannot afford housing. That's the reason they are pushed into slums. So he predicted this, he anticipated that such a situation would happen. In fact, it's an affront to human dignity. People living in such horrible circumstances where they don't have proper house, they don't have proper water, okay? Drainage is not there. In villages, they lived with great dignity. But all these people are forced to migrate to urban spaces because the education system is structured in such a way that if you do degree, if you do PG, if you want employment, you have to come to cities, towns. That's how actually for the last 70 years, education has failed us. Because when 70% of the population is living in rural areas, you could have thought something which could have helped them to create wealth by staying in rural areas. పల్లెటూరు పిల్లలకి పట్టణంలో ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి ఒకటే చదువు అయిపోయింది. People who are born and brought up in cities, who don't have an agricultural background, they should learn something different, right? People who are in rural areas, they need something different as education. But they never thought on this. By staying in villages, how can I create wealth, right? If that has been taught to our children, to generations of people, this much of migration would not have been there in cities. This much of pressure on cities infrastructure won't have been there. Now you just see any corner you go, traffic jam today. So many vehicles are exploded. Life has become a kind of hell. So because people are migrating, rural villages are becoming empty and urban areas are becoming crowded. So all this is because of a faulty education system. Okay, urbanization is one reason which we could not have gone for. Second thing is, We have not been taught the purpose of life. What is the goal of life? What is the purpose of life? People have not figured it out. The purpose of life is to know the truth. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. They're called Chaturvida Purusharthas. Artha and Kama you can enjoy, but according to Dharma, the goal must be freedom, goal must be mukti, goal must be liberation, goal must be to know God and to see the truth. That goal has not been set. That's why nobody is interested in Dharma. That's why corruption and greed. Okay? People want to become the infinite on a material plane, then there will be competition, then there will be corruption, then there will be greed automatically. Because you are seeking the infinite, but at a wrong place. Material, nothing material can be ever infinite, right? Everything is in three-dimensional. It's limited in space and limited in time. Okay, infinite only the spirit can be infinite. Where it has to be searched inward, turn inward. We're looking inward. The way Buddha had searched, the way Vivekananda had searched. We could have thought, they could have thought this to us, but they have not done that. So the goal and purpose of life is not clear. So I have money, then what I will do? I will compare myself with my neighbor. He has more money, so I want to have more. He has more wealth, I want to have more wealth. I want to have more than my neighbor. This is the kind of rat race everybody has gotten into. Whether you need or whether you don't need, because you want to have more. Why? What else I will do? I don't know. Right? So people are searching for the infinite on a material plane. That's why corruption and competition. And the last, we are not living for ourselves. We live for society today. Peer pressure, they call it, right? Peer pressure. We are not living for ourselves. We consider ourselves educated people. Most of the time, people are living for society. What the society thinks weighs so heavily upon them. Our objective, our choices, our goals, we determine according to the majority opinion. Majority need not be right. Okay? వాళ్ళు కూడా సొసైటీకి భయపడి వాళ్ళ గోల్స్ని ఆబ్జెక్టివ్స్ని ఏర్పరచుకున్నారు. So this is the thing. That's why nobody wants to live in villages, because villages there is no prestige. Village life has no prestige today, unfortunately. As I said in the last meeting, agriculture has no prestige as an occupation. వ్యవసాయం చేస్తున్నాను గర్వంగా చెప్పుకునే పరిస్థితి లేదు. Right? Of course, there is difficulties. As there is no prestige and people don't want to go for that calling. Everybody has come for service sector. That's again competition. So we made a mess of life because we have not figured out the fundamentals of our existence. That's the problem. Education system has failed the nation. But the only way is actually you bring philosophy, you bring spirituality into the lives of the people. India has been a spiritual land all along, has been a spiritual land through all the ages, through the centuries. And we have to bring the spiritual wisdom that our rishis and sages have bequeathed to us. That's the only solution to the problems of this society and this country. And not only for the problems of this country, for the problems of mankind across the globe. Thank you. Have a nice day.